Hey guys, it's Ustadi and welcome back to Comic Space, and today we have in which I believe has to be one of the biggest and the major update that we have got so far for the upcoming Spider-Man 4. So in the recent time we did get an official announcement with Spider-Man 4 heading into the production in the early months of 2025 alongside Avengers Doomsday and with landing in release date of July 24th of 2026. So today we have a major update, an official supposedly leaked production listing for the upcoming Spider-Man 4 with a new title reveal and a very interesting thing that changes the whole landscape of the multiverse saga and what we have been expecting from, as it looks like they're going to be taking a completely different route when it comes to Secret Wars. So our today's update is coming from My Time to Shine. Hello, and again, if you have been following our channel or have been part of the rumor mill, it is one of the sources that we cover frequently on the channel and also like to give a lot more reverence as well in compared to any other source. So as they have revealed and supposedly leaked production listing for the upcoming Spider-Man 4, which of course includes that it is going to start its filming in the United Kingdom, with Zendaya and Tom Holland only being the two cast members that have been credited in that listing right now, with obviously Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers are also going to be coming back to write the fourth Spider-Man film as well, which obviously that duo also wrote Spider-Man No Way Home as well, with Destin Daniel Cretton coming to direct this film as well. As the synopsis have been stated, taking place after the events of Avengers Doomsday, Peter is looking forward to leading to a normal life and without the responsibilities of Spider-Man, and however it is short-lived with a new threat emerges which obviously threats to harm everyone that he loves, with obviously stakes being higher than ever as Peter returns to the Spider-Man duties reluctantly, with having an unlikely allies in the form of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Michael Keaton's Vulture, and Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. That has been stated in that. So anyhow, none of the names that I just talked about like RDJ, Andrew Garfield, and Michael Keaton have been listed in the cast list yet, but they are part of the official synopsis. And again, moving forward, it is also been stated as Spider-Man 4 aka Spider-Man Brand New Day, which again could be just a temporary title right now because they still haven't got to the production of that filming and it is still quite a while before we actually get to that film. By the way, they're still working on the script right now for Spider-Man 4. They're still working on it. They obviously have a solid idea, which they're obviously doing polishing touches to. But another major thing to talk about here in a recent interview where Tom Holland actually revealed that he was one of the few people who actually knew that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be returning as Doctor Doom months before where the official announcement was made, and he tried his best to not spoil it, which again he did not. If you kinda just take a step back and look from a bird's eye, it makes in complete sense that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is actually going to be part of Spider-Man 4, which again raises a completely different set of questions in terms of the continuity and how that is actually going to be working, because we are going to have Doomsday, which is like set everything in motion for Secret Wars, and I don't know how Spider-Man 4 and Peter leading a normal life, how that is actually going to be working. I think everyone was thinking about going to a much more grounded and the street level side of the MCU with Spider-Man 4, with a team up of Daredevil as well, with Kingpin and all of the characters showing up, and of course Daredevil and Spider-Man team up, which we all have been talking about. But the things have changed drastically, and Avengers Kang Dynasty also have been renamed to Avengers Doomsday, and that is not a smaller change. That is a completely overhaul of the entire storyline that you central the whole saga around Kang. You're just pivoting in the very last moments of the multiverse saga to a completely different character, which again needs no introduction, which obviously he is going to need it, but obviously given the caliber of the character. So along all of these things happening, Spider-Man 4 also have went down to the route when Marvel and Sony started actually discussing about this film. This was clear that this was going to be a multiverse story, especially given the fact that Marvel Studios have paused everything to fast track the end of the multiverse saga, which again that is the #1 priority, and Spider-Man 4, both of the Avengers film, and in one mystery project which I believe it is going to be Doctor Strange 3, the whole Secret War story is going to be spread throughout all of these 4 films. And again, hopefully it is actually going to be true that all of these characters that we just mentioned are actually going to be showing up. It is just going to be nuts if that actually happens and RDJ's Doctor Doom and actually teams up with Peter Parker after the events of Avengers Doomsday. So we gotta see how that is going to be working. And again, I don't know what route they are actually going to be taking with Avengers Doomsday as well here, because I thought Doomsday is supposed to be at the end of that film. It is all heads up, the whole multiverse has been collapsed and Doctor Doom have built his new battle world. And then we are going to head straight into Secret Wars and everything that comes with it. But again, given everything and given there are going to be 2 more major projects, especially Spider-Man 4, then Doctor Strange 3, which might even take place in a completely different dimension as well. We have Spider-Man 4 taking place in a main 616 continuity after the events of Doomsday, which again, it looks like all of the multiverse might not collapse, but it can be on the verge, especially leading up and spreading this whole Secret Wars storyline in between Spider-Man 4 as well as in Doctor Strange 3. So again, at the end of the Avengers Doomsday, the whole multiverse does not collapse into battle world just yet, but we are actually going to build this very slowly, and we are actually going to build this character of Doctor Doom, which is major here. And I think one of the central theme and the character dynamics has to be Peter's and Victor Von Doom, especially given the fact that he has the same face as our Tony Stark, which is again the whole thing that is all about. And given the fact that there's actually going to be team up with, again, I think with Andrew and Toby, it is kind of obvious that they are going to be returning. In Secret Wars, I think it is a completely no-brainer, but again, even right after No Way Home in Spider-Man 4, it makes a complete sense, especially given the fact the route they are taking with Spider-Man 4 right now. And obviously with Doctor Doom, what they're going to do with that character and how they're going to build that character up, which is again looks to be a completely different plan, the one that I had in my mind, which was again quite simple. We are going to have Fantastic Four first steps, introduce that character and head straight into Avengers Doomsday with the current storyline being featured. We had Captain Marvel, we had Ant-Man the Wasp, we had all of these films coming in between the Avengers film, but they were taking place in a completely different time within completely different scenarios. But now we are talking about this one singular storyline which is going to be continued throughout in a straight line. We are just going to move forward with Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, hopefully Doctor Strange 3 and Avengers Secret Wars, and that's how we are going to conclude the whole saga and this last leg of the multiverse saga. So I think it is time for me to see you guys off on this one. I'm so glad that you guys got the time to hear me out. Thanks for listening to me. This is your host Adi signing off. See you in the next one.